What's up everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In the last episode, we completed up the Champion's Quest for Divine Beast Vomito, and we can now control it, kind of. We basically just went through the trial and stuff, and then saw a memory, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, in this episode, we're going to be heading down towards Naboris and doing those trials there. And so I'm going to go ahead and mark on my map real quick exactly where each of these shrines are. So the first one is there. The second one should be roughly here. And the third one should be right about there. And so let's get started. So we don't even have to head to Divine Beast of Naboris because the actual tower thing that we're heading for is right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to warp over to, well, first let me actually remove this. I just wanted to show you guys where it was. It's right there on that little rock. So we're gonna head over to this mountain right here, this little shrine that's kind of out of the way, and probably shield surf away towards the little pedestal. I think I've been calling it a tower this whole time. It's not a tower. It's like a pedestal of some sort. And we'll just shield surf or just run down the hill. It'll be a lot quicker than trying to travel to Naboris and then running across the desert cliffs there that are separating kind of Hyrule from the desert. Yeah, it's a little cold up here, but yeah, we should be able to get out of here pretty quickly. I mean, we have our snow gear on anyway, so and yeah, I was correct. We do need to head straight back this way. And it should be closer this way. And I believe if I shield surf, we should start moving a lot quicker. At least ouch. You know what? Let me just get out of here before this guy does any more damage. Yeah, let's just hurry up and avoid this guy if at all possible. And we should be seeing the pedestal coming up soon. It should be right off the side of this cliff. Avoid the bat if we can. Avoid falling off the cliff the wrong way. And it should be, yeah, directly in front of us. And we should be able to just, yeah, glide all the way over here. No problems at all. Another reason I wanted to avoid that area down there is because there's a bunch of guardians straight across the top. Now that one specifically has legs, but it's not active. But there's another one that's down there that we would have to fight because it is active. There we go. I don't want to hurt my shield. But anyway, here we are already. Super quick. I applaud your courage in coming here. Locations that will be revealed to you are the trials that will enhance the power sleeping within. Do not let your guard down. And just like that, the 3 locations will appear to us on the map. The stone monument has survived for 10,000 years. What secrets does it hold? How strange to see someone else at the same plateau. Or altitude, excuse me. I wonder what brought him here. Oh, how embarrassing. I'm afraid traveling on my own encourages me to talk to myself on occasion. Look, as expected, there's one here too. One of the monuments mentioned in my teacher's unfinished song. Such a rush of happiness I feel being able to sing while the divine beast watches over us. The song my teacher left behind. There's a verse about the trials that the champion Urbosa overcame. Let me sing it for you. Lightning King of the Desert. Naboris' champion, the stalwart. Hero's power shall grow. Seek trials, monument show. 1. Fight the brute of the sand. 2. Chase rings upon the land. 3. Throw the orb underground. Champion, trials abound. So, did it move you? Not really, but sure. By steeping myself in the legends of the champions, I'm beginning to form a deeper understanding of them. This will prove invaluable in writing the key verses of the song. So the champions are speaking to me through the song. I hear their silent plea for its completion. That's why I must learn more about the champions of Hyrule's past. Luckily, the Gerudo Chief, Riju, and our guard, Bellaria, shared some precious tales of their champion with me. I'm grateful I was able to visit Gerudo Town, even though I had to, well, leave my comfort zone a bit. Trust me, man, I know all about that. So first things first, I guess we should head back down over there, and I think the quickest way to do that is actually to warp back over to this shrine, and then once we get over here, we can then head a different direction. Don't worry, we won't be using that shrine again. It's just, I don't know why, that shrine always seemed just very out of the way to me. I mean, some of the shrines are like not necessarily on the beaten path, but this one's just like, feels like it's just way out, just in the middle of nowhere. Like there's nothing really around here other than just a bunch of waste. Like none of the other shrines on the map really felt that way for me. They all felt somewhat like, you know, except for that one. That one also feels kind of out of the way. None of these, like even any of these, none of these feel out of the way. None of these, even Eventide doesn't feel out of the way. Like the game kind of is like, kind of gives you that one. Like, hey, there's a random island down here. You should go check it out. That one's just kind of random out towards the sea, which is a little awkward. That one's a little out of the way of everything as well, and so is this one. I don't know, I just never really cared for this shrine a whole lot. But anyway, I'm pretty much getting distracted. I'm basically trying to move through this as quickly as possible, just because I don't want to have an hour of footage on my hands. And this is not my first time recording this episode either, so obviously I'm trying to get through it a little bit quicker than the first time, but I kind of memorized the route. But the first time I was recording, for some reason we ran out of storage to record, which is super strange. My recording software randomly just cut out on me, and ooh, there's a guardian down there. Hello, friend. We may not even make it all the way over here. We may have to land on this rock right up here first. That'll probably be a good idea. Oh, there's just a random guardian just traversing this weird desert plateau. It's just running back and forth, just kind of hanging out, just vibing, just chilling, I guess. Whatever words the kids use these days, I don't even know. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm not a kid myself, but I mean, I'm not exactly like a child. I mean, I guess I could still be considered a kid, I guess. I mean, I'm still in, I'm almost in college, guys. We're almost there. We're almost out of high school. Finishing up my senior year now, actually, which is pretty cool. I've enjoyed it so far. And speaking of the Brute of the Sand, you can see that down there as well as I can. That's a giant Molduga, but not just any Molduga, though. If we get close enough, you should be able to see the name of this guy pop up on screen, just like any other Molduga, but he's not going to be just any normal Molduga, that's for sure, no. And this is the Divine Beast Tamer's Trial Moldu King. And he randomly just humps out of the ground whenever he wants. We take this guy out the same way we would any other Molduga. Hopefully he comes this way. He'll see the bomb rolling in a moment, hopefully. Come on, buddy. No? Alright, we'll throw this one over there then. Well, don't go over there. That's not where I want you to go. Alright, looks like we're using bomb arrows then. And now we must soar. And basically just do as much damage as we can. As soon as you start to get up, you basically gotta take a big old run for it. Just get on any of these pillars that you can and live to fight another day. I just realized that bomb hadn't exploded yet. Maybe we'll get that guy with that one. Oop, I can maybe get this to recharge, and he should grab that one. Alright, well that works. We didn't quite get the bomb like I wanted to. We had to use another bomb arrow, but no big deal. As soon as he gets back up, I want to charge Urbosa's Fury. And see, that does a crap ton of damage. And that's my main reason for really charging that up. And we have all three, which is nice. And go ahead and try to use all these as quickly as possible. Throw this over there and see if he targets it. Yes, we don't have to use another bomb arrow. Alright, so he's going to eat the bomb. We'll try to do a little bit more damage. And then as soon as he gets out, we'll use another Urbosa's Fury. In fact, now might be a good time to do that. And sometimes if you're on the surface while he goes underground, he may just come directly back up. That time he didn't, though. There you go, buddy. Turned around and you eat that bomb. Alright, so we should be able to charge up one more Urbosa's Fury. And just like that, he's done for. Sweet. Alright, we don't have any more weapon slots, but I want to drop one of these so I can grab that. Yes, the Rusty Halberd is exactly what I wanted. But anyway, now that we have defeated the Moldu King, another shrine will appear. Sweet, we're pretty much making record pace here, and I noticed each of these trial episodes have gotten shorter and shorter. The first one was like almost an hour, and then the next one after that was almost, it was like 9 minutes less, and then it just got smaller and smaller. Thank you, I'll take that, and I'm gonna pull out the Master Sword once again, and let's open up these chests real quick. Just to see what we get. A royal bow, not bad. What's in here? A royal shield. I will gladly take that. That shield is pretty good. Let's open this up and take that. Alright, sweet. Thank you. And then finally, this last chest contains a royal guard shield. Alright, so these are two different kinds of shields now. We'll drop a guardian shield this time, because we have a lot of those as well. And that shield is almost our best shield. Yeah, it's not very far off from the Hylian shield, but the Hylian shield is the best in the game, so of course we're going to keep that over anything else. We'll grab this Volt Fruit just because it's lying there, why not? I want to avoid those guys. In fact, let me get my Gerudo gear on, and I'll wear this one just for Champion Urbosa, I guess. I won't wear the male Gerudo outfit. Well, yeah, I kind of want to wear the male Gerudo outfit, not gonna lie. We'll wear this instead. And hopefully I won't forget, I want to do this in between episodes. I want to go and dye the Goron kind of set, the Firebreaker armor, to match Daruk. Because, I don't know, I've just done it with the other champions. Might as well do it with Daruk as well, because, I mean, why not? It's just something I wanted to do for this series, because I just thought it sounded cool, and I thought it was nice. And we are barely going to have enough stamina to make it up here, which is a sad sight to see, and we're not going to be able to sprint to the shrine, losing valuable seconds, but this isn't a speed run, so no matter. But it is a video, and I do want to go kind of as fast as possible, but also not go too fast as to, like, lose you guys. I guess that's kind of my ultimate goal. Alright, but this one is pretty easy. Big or small is the ultimate goal of this. So what we need to do is just grab some squares. That's literally it. You just gotta grab some squares, and you're done. Alright, so we'll grab this. Alright, let this platform go up. And I want to lay that there. And this ball here, wrap around the chain. This one is super easy, guys. Alright, so now we take this block here. And we need to hold on to it for just a moment, because we need to create an ice pillar here, so that we may put this on top so that it can reach the switch. Are you joking? Get on against the wall. Thank you. And with that, the door to the Shiko Monk opens, and there is an extra puzzle to your right. It's a apparatus kind of trial where you have to like use these to lock these in place. I'm not really worried about it because that chest doesn't contain really anything useful at all. I think it's like some kind of shield or sword that's just not very good at this point in the game, so I would leave it alone, which is kind of crazy because this is meant to be in-game trials and stuff, which is kind of wild. But anyway, we've got Naboris' emblem number 1. And here we go. Collect 3 emblems to open a new challenge. Yes, we know already. We've done 2 of these already. I feel like you should know that of all people, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. 2 remain. I just want out of here, please, and thank you. Finally, it'll let me skip. There we go. But yeah, going back to the point I made on, I've recorded this video before. I got all the way to the fight at Naboris, and the video file completely stopped on me. And for a moment, I thought I could go back and just restart the fight over and try that. But that didn't exactly work. I'm not gonna lie. Because the video file was completely corrupted, and luckily I noticed. I noticed it because I actually didn't get to finish the video recording entirely. But if I would have been able to finish the recording and it would have done that, then and I would have saved, we would have been in some big trouble because we'd have had another incident where video file corrupted, but can't go back to record the video again because obviously the video has already been recorded and the game has already been saved. And that's the problem with recording this series. You have to be very careful to make sure your video files are correct. And I guess at that one point in which I didn't do that, it just became a matter of I became too careless, and it ultimately ended up hurting. It ultimately ended up hurting me and you guys that wanted to see it. I would rather you not run away, please. Can you not run away, please? Thank you. Alright, now we can... Alright, now we can inch closer. A little bit closer. And grab this guy. There we go. Alright, so I wanted to head back here because even though that other shrine is way over there, this is the one where we must go through the rings on the land, as the poetry kind of stated. I kind of like how they kind of put the stuff like this into kind of poetry and stuff. I think it's kind of cool, not gonna lie. I think it's a pretty cool thing, or they kind of rhyme with everything, kind of put it into a poem sort of esque way, or basically like a song. And there's that giant circle on the sand. I was looking for you. I always seem to go to the right at this one for some reason. I always think it's farther to the right than it really is. But anyway, we can literally just spam the A button here in order to make sure that this guy is constantly dashing through the sand, so we can make it to our destination in the correct amount of time. Luckily, you have like pretty much plenty of time with these things. There's a Lizalfos right there. Don't worry about him. He's not going to hurt you at all. And we should be a straight shot to the end from here. The Lizalfos, any of them that are around here at all, won't pretty much do anything. Like these 2 guys right here, they're not going to touch you pretty much because, I mean, you're moving so fast that it's kind of hard for them to do anything. So we should be getting pretty close to the end now. I believe it'll want us to go through this fossil. I almost went to the left there instead. And then it should take us up this hill and then over the top and then down into a valley below, and that's where the shrine will be. And the final gate should be right after this one. This should be the next to last one. And indeed I was correct. There's some more Lizalfos though, and this time they've jumped out early. And luckily we've missed them and dodged them. And yeah, you guys stay away from me, please, if at all possible. But I want to ride right over here, right next to the shrine. Ooh, there's a treasure chest over there. I think we should go check that out just to see what's inside. But anyway, our second shrine has appeared. I kind of hate we have to look at this cutscene every single time. I just wish the shrine would just kind of appear. But I mean, obviously it has to appear in some way, and obviously a cutscene is the best way to do that. Now, Sandseal, you don't have to, I mean, you can just go back home, I guess. I'm just running over here to grab this chest, see what's inside, and then get out of here. Ooh, a gold ruby, nice. It's very sandy right there. I guess you can't go too far without the sand getting in your eyes, and then if you go far enough, you guys just... He almost hit me, which is kind of scary, and I love how his tongue was still stuck out. Well, the cutscene kind of ran away. And we'll skip both those cutscenes, though, to move this on a little bit quicker. Yeah, but we're making record pace right now. Another reason I'm trying to record this video so fast is mainly because I need to fix my sleep schedule for school specifically, because I just got off Thanksgiving break. It was my first day back from Thanksgiving today, and or at least at the time of recording this. And with that, my sleep schedule was kind of off because of all this recording that I was doing and stuff, and so it's become kind of a pain to like literally do just about anything. Alright, so we do that, and then we can do that. We should be good. Actually, I need to pull this back some. Oh no, it's always lit. Okay, hopefully we can go through some stun frames. And yeah, we'll just run to the other side. Might as well. No point in stopping and waiting, I guess. I'll move this over. There we go. We can get to this side. Now there should be just one more of these and we should be done. Alright, what we have to do here is we have to move these across to the middle. These three here so that we can climb all the way up to the very top. If I can just grab that. There we go. Make sure we can climb all the way up. Hop over. There we go. And then basically just move them all back. Like move that one down there. Actually, I should be able to take this one. I need to hop down over here, grab this one, move that there, and then I need to make sure I can use that to jump an extra gap. That's a speedrunning trick, by the way, guys. If you use the shield surfing method, you'll kind of just barely touch. You'll get a little bit of extra distance on your jumps, and you should be able to make gaps that you couldn't reach before. But with that, that's literally going to do it all for this shrine here. Just using some metal, guide the electricity to the end, while getting there yourself, using them as bridges. Double purpose, obviously, as the shrine stated. And we'll get Naboris' emblem number 2. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to fix my stream schedule, or sleep schedule, because like with recording, I was up till maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe later even, just messing around with some recording stuff, maybe even some stream stuff, because I want to get back to doing that at some point as well. And it got really bad because like I was up till like 3 a.m. last night just because I couldn't fall asleep because I basically wasn't tired. And so I'm trying to get to bed earlier in hopes, or now that I am tired earlier, I can hopefully fix my sleep schedule a little bit and should be able to get back to bed at a decent time, I guess. Yeah, so I'm trying to finish this as quickly as possible so I can like just basically get the videos out as quickly as possible, and then get them back into just get them into my folders, I guess, in my flash drive, and then basically I'm just gonna haul it to bed. No editing or anything like that, of course. I don't usually edit videos right after I record them. I usually wait about a day to edit all these videos before editing them and then getting them ready to upload. So that kind of gives you a time frame of about if you ever see a new untitled or an untitled video, I guess sometimes you guys may see that in my what is it called? It's the like playlist. Sometimes you see those, I think. At least sometimes I think you can see them. You know, we're gonna go right through this Lizalfos camp because why the heck not? Ouch. Alright, now I have to run because they're gonna kill us if we don't. But we're gonna shield surf a little bit more. I did not realize it was such a steep drop off. Alright, hey buddy, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a drive by. Just don't bother with me, please. And I'll be on my way. And You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. How about that? Sweet. But here we are back at the Yiga hideout, right where we need to be, and I can go ahead and remove that. Oh, it removed itself. Sweet. Alright, sweet. So both these guys also want the orb. If you talk to them, they're just talking about wanting the orb again. That's pretty much it. But the main goal here is to just sneak around and get the Yiga stuff and then get the heck out of there. And also, I just realized there's one outfit that we don't have that I should have bought a long time ago, and that was the same pair of greaves that you would get from doing the in the Gerudo town, the other set, like the Gerudo specific set, the stealth greaves, which are basically just like the Sheikah kind of gear, I guess, of this game. We should be able to glide over there. Looks like we're gonna drop some bananas then to get over to that ladder. Hopefully we'll distract that guy enough to get over to where we need to go. And there we go. Now we can grab onto this ladder and get up. Though I think we might have been safe anyway, even if we wouldn't have done that. Alright, base. How did I not? No, I did. Sweet. I was hoping that wouldn't happen because we're probably going to die here now. Oh, the Master Sword broke. Sweet. Ouch. But these guys will all take me out immediately. And yeah, you get the same cutscene if you didn't. I was hoping that wouldn't happen. For some reason, Link didn't grab onto that wall. That was my main goal, because the orb is in the same place where the treasure chest with the topaz was the first time we came through here. But yeah, they still one-shot, one-kill you, no matter how much health you have. Luckily, it puts us right outside, though, and I'll put my Gerudo gear back on, because it just kind of fits the theme, you know. I kind of like this outfit on Link, not gonna lie. It just, the sleeve looks really nice, and I don't know, I think it just looks cool. Alright, but actually, first thing I want to do is I want to take this guy right here, just boom, gone, into oblivion. Don't even have to worry about him. And that'll be for something specific in just a moment. And, okay, apparently we're stuck, which is always nice, you know, never detrimental to our survival or anything. And, ooh, yeah, there's a chest up here. I was about to say, I think there was a chest up here the first time and we didn't grab it. Sure enough, it's got topaz. Sweet. Alright, so we'll head over here, grab these bananas. And this time, hopefully, grab onto the wall. Alright, now I just need Link to climb over. And actually, a better way to do this is going to be to grab our climbing gear. This will allow us to move just a little bit quicker, just enough to hopefully not fall. For a second there, I thought we were going to fall on that guy again. Which, to be honest, I was going to be pretty upset if we did. But we should have enough stamina to make it, and I believe we actually should be able to even, like, leap across. There we go, and then we'll just climb around the corner. And boom, done. And, yeah, they've stored more bananas up here. And apparently this is a Sheikah heirloom, or not a Sheikah heirloom, jeez, this is a Gerudo heirloom, because obviously our both son went through the same trials that we are going through right now in order to become the champion that she was supposed to be. And that was going to happen at some point. So now that that's over there, I can simply glide over to it without being caught, pick it up, and there we go. And funny thing is one of the lady that's to our left when we walk outside this door, the one who's to our right here, she'll talk about the Yiga clan stealing the orb and then saying, oh no, you don't think they're going to throw it to the pit, do you? And it's just kind of funny because actually that's what you're here to do, is just to take this and chunk it down a massive hole. And funny enough, this is the only... Yeah, I was about to say, wait for the sound effect. But this is the only shrine quest that involves not a spirit orb, but like one of those basically just giant balls that doesn't involve you placing it on a pedestal. The only one like it in the entire game. So if you're playing just the base game and you don't have the DLC and you're still wanting to play along, all your orbs quest are going to be involving putting it into a pedestal. So keep that in mind, I guess. Now, if you're this, of course, just take it and throw it in the pit. Not that hard. But like that I said, it's the only one of its kind, which is pretty cool, I guess. Now, this shrine, I don't remember which one it is or what we're supposed to do here. I mean, I just did it or I did the first recording like yesterday before it quit. Oh, this one is this one. This one's not too difficult if I remember. It should be the same as always. Alright, yep. I know the code, I think, already. Yeah, I do. And there's a giant one for the metal orbs over there, and you get a chest. I believe it contains another bow and arrow, or like just a bow, another royal bow. But I'm not gonna grab it because honestly, I don't know how to open the area for the chest. But anyway, this is 1, 2 for the green, 1 for the pink, 2 for the green, 2 for the orange, and 4 for the purple. And that is the code that you'll need to get into here. This one's pretty easy. It's the same every single time, and the door will open. Yeah, but you're supposed to drop something in here, and it's supposed to apparently work to open up that chest over there, or over there at least, like a giant orb. And the thing is, I don't know where to find the just said giant orb, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to head over here, grab the final emblem, and then head on to Divine Beast von Naboris. Yeah, we're making really good pace. By this point in the last episode, we were already, like, I want to say we were close to 45 minutes in, and right now in my recording time, I've only got, like, 33 minutes, or 33 and a half, or at least pretty close. Now, for you guys, that may vary slightly, because I may throw some cuts in there, though I haven't made any cuts yet. Actually, no, I probably wouldn't have, because if I ever make a cut, unless it's, like, something that comes up that I can like out here that I wouldn't necessarily be able to tell you, alright, we're gonna make a cut, like some loud noise that I need to cut out, then I wouldn't that would be the only time I wouldn't tell you guys I had to make a cut. And then if I notice it like while I'm recording though, I'll always like stop what I'm saying or like continue what I'm saying, wait a moment to kind of allow myself room to cut and fade and say, alright guys, sorry I had to make a quick cut there, and then that's usually what I'll do. But most of the time, if I'm going to make a cut, I'm going to, like, you know, tell you guys, all right, so until this gets done or until this shows up, because it may take a while, or until we get to said location, I'm going to cut ahead until, you know, we get there and whatnot. But anyway, ooh, hold on, wait. I almost forgot. There we go. Let's put on our Gerudo gear and head up here to Divine Beast von Naboris. Honestly, probably one of the coolest looking out of the 4 Divine Beasts. I think this one looks the coolest. This one and the elephant are probably my 2 favorites, just because they look cool. Now, this one has the worst puzzles, I will say. For the one who approaches this Divine Beast, in the name of the goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. In exchange for Naboris' emblems, you'll be granted the chance to tread through the realm of memories. Those who lack determination will find this trial unforgiving. Do not take this place lightly, nor dismiss it as merely a world within your mind. The truth is much deeper than you know. Alrighty guys, let's do this. Now I was hoping that by the time we got here, Urbosa's Fury would be ready to go, but sadly it's not. We're not quite far enough yet, and I feel like we should be, but we're not, which kind of stinks because that is super useful against this boss. It will stun this boss instantly, and this boss is honestly probably the hardest one in this game. Like, probably even harder than the final boss, if I had to say, which I don't want to spoil how hard the final boss is, but At least for me. You know, for some of you, the final boss may be harder, but this one always was harder for me. This illusionary realm was created from the depths of your memories. The enemy you shall face is a product of the fears that dwell within. You must overcome this fear to proceed. The battle is a trial of the soul. You must emerge victorious using all the tools provided. And I kind of like how I'll be talking about something, then I immediately just move over to the text like nothing happened. Like, I believe that's kind of weird, but maybe it's not. You guys tell me. But anyway, you guys know who this is. He's got a shield and a sword. He defeated Urbosa 100 years ago. This is Ballad Ganon. Now, none of the champions, of course, are here to talk us into this at all. I was hoping we didn't do that. Please don't hit me. Alright, we'll avoid those if at all possible. I was hoping I'd be able to not take damage there. We stunned him. On the ground. Ooh, we got his... Oh, our Burst's Fury is already ready. And ooh, hold on. This guy tried to electrocute us. There we go. Alright, watch it, buddy. Alright, he's going to regain his shield, and he should start dashing, and there we go. We got a Flurry Rush. Exactly what we needed. But I mainly want the Thunder ability for the next phase of the fight. And yeah, now he starts doing his double swing attack, so if you miss it the first time... Luckily we have Daruk's protection, so if we miss a dodge by a little bit, instead of getting hit and taking damage, you instead basically stun him for a little bit. But this is where Urbosa's Fury is super useful, because now you just stun this guy. And now normally you would pick these up and stuff, but my main goal was I wanted to look for this guy. It was see where he's at. Hopefully he'll come down here instead of moving around too much. Where did he go? He must be over here. There he is. Come here, buddy. Now, where did he fall? I think we did damage. Oh, we got him, and this time we won't take damage because we still have the Flurry Rush. Come on, buddy. Ouch. I was hoping he wouldn't hit me there. Luckily, he doesn't do too much damage now. And oh, another Flurry Rush. This could be good, guys. We may almost have him here. Oh, I think we do. And with one more hit, there we go. Thunderblight Ganon is done. That was probably the quickest I've ever beaten this guy. Pretty cool, though. And, you know, I was just thinking about it. Because you can come back and refight these bosses anytime you want now with the illusionary realms that are created. You can come back and, yeah, redo these fights anytime, by the way. I should probably mention that. You could probably come up with some sort of speed run where you kind of rush the bosses, where you start off, I mean, because you have to fight it the same way you would in here, so you're just given the champion's abilities, and so basically you just have to warp from one location to the other, and I guess you wouldn't have to do it in a specific order, unless they would want you to, I guess, but you could probably do a speed run of like a boss rush of this game. Well, well, though our aims are different, our feet took us to the same destination. I speak figuratively, of course. I travel by wing rather than by foot. Wandering around here and listening to the anecdotes about Champion Urbosa has truly invigorated me. In fact, it's inspired me to honor her in my own way, separate from my teacher's unfinished song. That is why I felt inclined to roost here, near the divine beast Naboris, which Urbosa herself mastered. I wrote a song to try and capture the essence of Champion Urbosa. Recall Naboris' champion of sand. Before she was lost to the land. Chief Urbosa's heart was strong. Till the princess came along.
Princess of Hyrule, I accept your proposition without hesitation. Not only are they planning to resurrect Calamity Ganon, it seems the Yiga clan is also after our treasured heirloom. You have my word. I won't rest until the Calamity falls.
Gerudo Chief Urbosa, on behalf of Hyrule and its king, I thank you. I've never seen you so serious, Urbosa.
Oh my. I can't say the same. 10 years ago, you rarely smiled, my little bird.
Urbosa, I feel like you've called me Little Bird before. I was wondering where you got that name from. Huh?
Halt and face me. Unlike you traitors, I prefer to fight my enemies head on. Do your worst. Out of respect for our princess, you may keep your lives. Now go! You asked me why I call you Little Bird.
Huh?
When you were but a small child, my dear friend called you that with the sweetest smile that ever graced our land of Hyrule.
You mean Mother?
It was 10 long years ago. Your mother had just left this world, yet her little bird still spread her wings and became the beacon of light Hyrule needed. Sometimes I forget myself and get lost in the past.
Though she was a fierce warrior, the Gerudo Chief was also a loving friend of the Hyrule's princess. So, what do you think of Champion Urbosa's song? Well, I like it. By writing a song that honors the heart of Champion Urbosa, I feel closer than ever to my dear teacher. The end result is not quite clear yet, but I'm beginning to feel a stirring of inspiration about those verses.
I must say, you are an impressive bow. You may now wield Urbosa's fury far more often. You are the pride of Hyrule, hero. Take care of our princess. I'm leaving that honor in your capable hands.
And of course, with that, Urbosa's Fury Plus, Champion Urbosa's Divine Gift, we can summon lightning in a surrounding area, triggering with a charge attack by holding Y. And of course, it requires less time to recharge now. With that, Champion Urbosa's song is complete. Only one more left, and that will be for Divine Beast Varudania and the champion. Why did I forget his name all of a sudden? I'm gonna look it right now, if I can find it. It should be in the memories. Jeez, Daruk. There we go. I was like, I knew it started with a D. But anyway, a couple interesting things about that cutscene. You find out Urbosa was a close friend of Zelda's mother, as well as finding out what actually happened to her. So, she died about 10 years before the events of the memories, I guess. And so about 110 years ago. And you also hear a bit of Zelda's lullaby in that as well, of course, because, I mean, that's like a staple of anything that involves Princess Zelda. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it all for this episode here. So if you guys did like this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. It helps the channel a lot. And if you want to see more content like this, please do consider subscribing. Once again, guys, my name is Connor. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.